Hey guys, welcome to another day with Zimaleta. I'm home right now, guys. As you could see, all my vans are here, everything's kind of parked. This is the part splitter that's here in the back. I will remove the circuit boards from these tail lights back here, and I'll go ahead and just replace both of them on my Sprinter. Guys, I have something to note here. I just actually removed this, and yeah, looks like a wasp tried to make a little nest over there, but it looks like this one's a pretty clean one. You know, this is good. Unlike this one here, it's kind of like all like rusted out and stuff. I'm hoping that well, I'm not gonna try to use this one because it's just not that good. I'm gonna use this one instead. One thing to note, there's no ground coming from here, you know, because obviously I had a tow package and there was a ground and it needed to go like to the headlights somewhere, you know, but there's obviously no ground. That last little thing is just empty, so when you plug this thing in, the little last prom, it's actually not being used. So I could be causing a short just because I actually attached that to the wire. So I'm gonna have to obviously to cut it, because I'm probably grounding it out and causing a short, you know, to happen. So I'm just gonna go try to plug this thing in and cut that one wire, and we'll see if this works. As you can see, I am right at my other van. This is a little ground connection that I've seen. It was kind of here, and then I attached it to this wire here, thinking that was where it needed to go, because one of those things was empty. So that's why I made that decision. So we just need to go ahead and cut this connection. So now, to rule this thing out, we're gonna go ahead and just have this assembly by itself. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the head lamps. This is the new piece that I want to put on. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the lights, and we're gonna have to test it, see if maybe that was causing it. You can see I have installed these lamps. There's actually no wrong way I've installed them, because I was kind of thinking I may have installed it the wrong way. But what was happening before, guys, is one of these pieces was out, and it was actually touching that metal piece right there. So I believe that's maybe where it was causing the original short. So when I fixed that, and it was still blowing it on this particular side each time I actually installed the lamp, so maybe that was the problem. And then of course I installed this piece to it, adding more wood to the fire, which was causing it again to burn out. Because I mean, guys, I mean, take a look at this. It looks like, see, this wire is a little bit corroded in that empty hole there. So when I seen this loose wire, it looked like it was a no-brainer. But obviously, I didn't install it there, so I didn't know that was original or not original, because it kind of looks like it's as dirty as all the other wires. So it looks like it was original wire. So let's go ahead and test it. Guys, so first we're gonna turn on the lights. The lights are on. For some reason that this light is not on, but this light is on, so it may look like I'll need to actually replace the circuit. So I'm not sure. So this circuit might be kind of bad, but let's see if it blows the circuit just like it is right now. So let's check it out. So first of all, we'll see that it's just one glowing. That one's not glowing. I'm gonna hit the brake. Yeah, looks like it blew the circuit. So yeah, it's no longer shifting. Guys, looks like I'm gonna have to replace this one after all, and you know, we'll see what's gonna happen. Maybe this is the cause of it, you know. Maybe both of them are, maybe none of them. But I guess we're home, so I'll be able to test it. Actually pretty heavily corroded, so this wire actually just broke off. So I'll need to find a way to try to fix it. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna need to do is go ahead and cut the wires and rewire this whole thing. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these wires, and we're gonna wire this up. So let's try to measure what gauge it is. So we're looking at 12 gauge. So basically looks like it's about a 12 gauge. Let me see if that 14 gauge works any better. Yeah, looks like 14 gauge is actually working pretty good. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna take this, for some reason it's not cutting it all the way. Sometimes when you're trying to remove a bigger chunk, it will do that. So I'm gonna twist these things just a little bit. So now it's time for this one. So that worked pretty good. Some work better than others, obviously. This one worked kind of weird. So there is that. Now this is the circuit I went ahead and cut off. I'm gonna try to roll this back. I'm just gonna roll it on here. So now we need to actually do the same thing to these wires. Guys, it's good to do this stuff at home if possible. You just never know if you're gonna run into a situation where you'll need to use some kind of parts and stuff that you know part stores may not necessarily have. Like the only reason I'm having this is because I got a parts printer. My hands are like super sticky right now. Okay, so it's pretty good. So I need to twist these things up a little bit. So all we have to do is pretty much match up the colors. We're gonna use a pack of these splicers here. This is let's see, it's not really visible, but this is 22 to 18 gauge. So first, okay. So we're gonna choose the red portion, and that's actually what we're gonna squeeze it with. Okay, seems like it's in pretty good. I'm gonna give it like a little bit more of a twist. Let's try to go ahead and install all of them.
Oh my goodness. Twisted that one a little bit too hard. Let's try that. Okay. I don't know, I could twist it that hard. Okay, just like this one just needs to be out of our way. So, here we go. Let's put this one inside. And we do the same thing. How about good thing? It's going to be a much better connection, I think. So I'm going to try to double squeeze some of these sections here. Okay. So now we're ready for the connection here. So that's the same wire. So it looks like the last one here. Okay.
As you notice, guys, I actually made this a little bit longer. That way it's going to be a lot easier to work with it. So I'm gonna need to plug it in. Okay, that's plugged in. Now we're gonna need to reinstall all the lights. All the lights, guys. I guess it's time to replace the fuse and give it a try. The same thing. I went ahead and plugged everything up, and as you can see, this time they are working. No. Okay, that one was just a little bit kind of out. So as you can see, this time this light is working. So was it somehow a problem before with that circuit? So let's go find out. Let's hit the brake. And they blew the fuse again. Wow, what a strange problem indeed. You might be wondering, what am I really left with? Well, we do know that we installed this and it's working just fine. Now we're gonna need to rule out the possibility of this being bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this off another van and replace it. And we'll see if this is the problem with this circuit. If it's still blowing, then we're gonna be looking at this that light up there. So I'm gonna have to find a circuit to that, and I'm probably just gonna cut it, you know, just to rule it out, because it's not even working. So possibly it is somehow causing a problem. So, but before we cut it, I might just use a ladder, climb up there, and try to see it. I just replaced this from another van, and this is the one that was in here. It's a little bit dirty, a little bit dusty. This is from another van. This is the one that's not starting, so I don't even know what kind of condition it's in. But let's change the fuse and it is working, and that side is working. So let's hit the brakes and see if it's gonna burn out. So guys, let's go ahead and hit the brakes and find out. So we're hitting the brakes, and look at that, guys, it is not burning out. Ain't that crazy, guys? It was just that one side that was doing it. Wow, that's great. Now I'm gonna have to get my wife to press the brakes. I'm gonna film in the back. I got my wife going in there. She's gonna try to basically hit the brakes, and we're gonna see if it's gonna actually work, if it's gonna light up when she's hitting it. So then that will rule out the brake light switch being good. And here we go. They are both working. Awesome. I'm so happy that this is fixed. Jason, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like to fix cars?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Give me 5, buddy. Alright. So guys, as you can see, I've written bad. Okay, this is the one that was on the right. The weird thing about it is, like, how can you tell that it's bad? This is the bad one, and this is the good one. I have done like an exact, like, you know, like test. You know, I'm just like looking at it like really close and finding out, like, is anything touching? I cannot see nothing touching. Everything's going good. Everything's perfect. Like, how could this circuit be actually causing a problem, causing my my fuse to actually burn out? I just don't understand it. Like, I was thinking maybe something could be touching, you know. It just wasn't. When I first actually caught this problem, guys, one of these, hold on a second, I think I see something. I think I see something, guys. Yes, found the problem. Okay, look at this thing right here. That very, very tiny thing, guys. It is touching this metal piece. You see? It came out. And if you look at it over here, it is actually not out. This is actually going to make a good cover photo.